This story begins on May 15th, 1919, in the coastal village of Point Michel. A child was born whose voice would one day echo across parliaments, courtrooms, and communities. Mary Eugenia Charles would go on to transform the landscape of Dominican and Caribbean politics forever. From early on, she was guided by the steady hands and values of her parents, John Baptist Charles, affectionately known as JB, and his wife, Josephine née Delaunay. Their commitment to justice, hard work, and community service laid the foundation for what would become her life's calling. Destined for greatness beyond the shores of Dominica, young Eugenia attended high school both at home and in Grenada before venturing further to the University of Toronto and the London School of Economics and Political Science, where she earned her law degree. In 1947, she broke historic ground, becoming Dominica's first female lawyer when she was called to the bar at the Inner Temple in London. By 1949, she had returned home and opened her own law practice in Roseau, a trailblazer not only by title but action. Then came a pivotal moment, September 1968. Amid rising public frustration and weeks of social unrest, a protest was called against the proposed Seditious and Undesirable Publications Act. At government headquarters, voices clamored for Premier Leblanc to withdraw the legislation that threatened to silence dissent. Through the restless crowd walked Mary Eugenia Charles. Moved by the Premier's dismissive response, she seized the microphone and with passion, clarity, and command, delivered a rousing speech on democracy and the rule of law. It was a spark that would ignite a political fire. From that protest emerged a new political force. In 1969, she co-founded the Dominica Freedom Party, DFP, and soon after was elected its president. Although she lost her first bid for office in 1970, contesting the Roseau North seat against Patrick John, her resilience never wavered. By 1975, she had won the Roseau Central seat and assumed the role of leader of the opposition. Then came 1980, a defining year. Following political upheaval and the devastation of Hurricane David, Eugenia Charles led the Freedom Party to a sweeping victory. She became the country's first female prime minister and the first female head of government in the entire Caribbean and the Americas. The people called her Mamu. History would remember her as the Iron Lady of the Caribbean. From 1980 to 1995, she held firm to the Roseau Central seat, steering the country through economic turbulence and political reform. Her leadership was tested time and time again, surviving 2 coup attempts, including the infamous Operation Red Dog, which involved foreign mercenaries seeking to reinstate a former head of government. Her voice reached even further in 1983, when the world watched as she stood beside U.S. President Ronald Reagan during the Grenada crisis. As chair of the Organization of Eastern Caribbean States, she defended the call for intervention following the execution of Grenadian Prime Minister Maurice Bishop. Her words, firm and unwavering, placed Dominica and the OECS on the global stage. Under her governance, Dominica witnessed the construction of the Canefield Airport, the Roseau and Portsmouth cruise ship berths, the expansion of the Woodbridge Bay port, and substantial investment in agriculture and tourism, all hallmarks of her administration. Throughout her extraordinary journey, Eugenia Charles received numerous honors. In 1991, Queen Elizabeth II knighted her as Dame of the Order of the Bath during the Commonwealth Heads of Government Conference. That same year, she was awarded the Golden Star of the Caribbean by La Quiencia del Caribe magazine in Puerto Rico. The University of the West Indies conferred upon her an honorary Doctor of Law in 1996. The London School of Economics granted her an honorary fellowship in 2002. And in 2003, she was awarded the Order of the Caribbean Community, CARICOM's highest distinction. Each accolade was more than a title. They were echoes of her unwavering devotion to service, law, and people. Dame Eugenia Charles, Mamu, retired from active politics in June 1995, but her voice remains steady. She continued to speak out, to advise, and to challenge until her final days. On September 6, 2005, She passed away at a hospital in Fort-de-France, Martinique. The Iron Lady of the Caribbean, a daughter of Point Michel, the unwavering voice of Dominica. Her legacy endures, etched into the heart of a nation and the chronicles of Caribbean history.